Price is Right?
I feel like the chicken they're fixing to drop in the gator tank is what I feel like.
You guys ready? Cameras?
How's your offensive line kind of come along through preseason and what you saw yesterday with scrimmage?
Good. We're getting better. Getting better every day. Knowing what to do, how to do it. Things we're really working on are just fundamentals. Before we really get into the big game plan phase of getting ready for Boise. Just really working on mastering the offense and being fundamentally sound.
Do you feel like you're close to finding the five that you're going to rely on at the top of the heap?
Yeah, it's going to be more than five. Just anytime you play a tempo offense, big guys, if they play hard, they're going to get tired. So you got to have more guys. So, we're trying to create competition. With competition comes depth, and I think we're accomplishing that.
Where do you feel like is the biggest way you've seen this unit grow since you've been here?
It's really been overall. I mean, it's been they've had a great off season, getting stronger, which with strength comes confidence. So that's been huge for us. And then just being around each other more, being around me. We've grown a little tighter knit for sure. And I think these guys are just eager to go out and prove themselves.
When you got here, right when you first got here, and you evaluated where this offensive line was, what was the biggest need that you felt like you had to provide for them?
Just a direction, just a, direction of where we were going to go, how we were going to get there, and then just understand this day by day, and it's just trying to get better every day. There's no easy way to get there for sure. It's just a lot of hard work and some patience here and there, and just a constant, focus on your ultimate goal.
You jumped in a little late, but do you like the talent that you have?
Yeah, absolutely. We got talented guys, no doubt. And these talented guys are eager to prove themselves, and they're willing to work hard. So, if you got that, then, it's on me as a coach. And so that's what gets me up every morning, knowing I got to go out and give these guys my best, so that they can get what they want out of this season.
Obviously, you weren't here, but going back and looking at last year, I guess what did you take away from what went wrong last year?
I didn't look at last year much, honestly. I mean, anytime you come into a new situation, you get information about kids, because you need their backgrounds and all that stuff. But as far as other people's opinions and this, that, and the other, and what they were trying to accomplish, I wasn't in the huddles. I don't know what was said, this, that, and the other. So, I didn't base too much off of that. I just saw what I saw on working with them in the spring and through camp, and I feel good about where we're at right now.
Can you describe your first day when you got here? What did you do? Did you climb? Did you look at film? What happened?
First day, I got hired late. I don't know, 10 days before spring ball or something like that. So, it was between trying to catch up on recruiting, getting hired, moving, installing an offense. I don't know if I was doing a great job at anything at that point. So I was scrambling pretty good. So my first day is a blur. I really cannot remember that hardly at all.
First time you assess what you had to work with in the unit?
I just saw some big guys that were kind of raw, and I saw some talent for sure, but just some big guys that were raw that wanted to work hard and wanted to be good, and that's why they call you coach. You go out there and coach them up, man.
Andrew Baselli, interesting story. He got away from it, coming back. What do you see from him, and does he have a chance?
Andrew's awesome. He comes to work every day, works his tail off. He knows the offense inside and out. It's very, very heady. He is invaluable to this football team. He's done a great job.
Ryan Roberts told me that there's no better feeling than moving a man against his will. When you hear an offensive lineman say that, how important is that mentality for a group of five to be able to have that type of pride?
Well, saying it's easier than doing it, to move against somebody against their will, it takes a lot of work, and that's the key. If you got guys that are eager to work and go in there and play hard, and they fit within your offense, then I have 100% confidence we'll be successful.
heard a lot this preseason about how important that connection between the offensive coordinator, offensive line coach is, especially in an offense like Coach Brawls. Obviously, you know him about as well as anyone. Just
Right.
What can you say about him and how important is that connection?
It makes everything easier, obviously. You know, we worked together for so long. We know what each other wants, thinks, that type thing. And we both expect the same thing. We want the same thing. So I always enjoy working with Kendall because he's one of my great friends, and his family, you know, they're like family to me. And, you know, we've grown up, you know, over almost 30 years together. So, you know, that's just been a blessing for me in my life, for sure.
How does that synergy translate to the field, though, as far as just last year the offensive lineman talked about dealing with signals and calls from 3 different people, and this year it's more 2 guys thinking with the same brain?
I think it's important to have that relationship in any offense, whether you've been with the guy that long or not, you know, and everybody's got to be on the same page. Our offensive staff is awesome. You know, everybody is just willing and eager to do their part, whatever it takes for us to be successful. And, you know, the fact that me and Kendall have been together that long, it's just, all it does really is speed things up.
Dante Luke is different for a freshman lineman compared to most guys who are coming at you.
You know, Dante is a very talented kid, and he loves football. I mean, he really, really does. So if you got that combination, you've always got a chance for somebody to be successful. And he goes out there and he plays really, really hard. You know, at the same time, he battles everything that every other freshman battles, you know, the maturing process. So, you know, we're working daily, you know, with him as well as the rest of the guys. Just, you know, whatever area there's a deficit in for you, that's what we're working on every day to get better at.
You talked about strength leading to confidence. I think that might be most true for Jawan on this line. I guess, what have you seen from him this preseason?
Jawan's been outstanding. You know, he's had a great attitude. You know, he's gone out there. Hasn't missed, I don't know if he's missed a snap hardly at all since we've been going in fall camp. So he's been one of our tougher guys, our more durable guys, and he's eager to prove himself. I mean, he really is. He's a talented kid that has a high ceiling, and you know, he's eager to go out there and prove what he can do.
See a guy when you first got your hands on him back in the spring, confidence may have been kind of evaporated for him. Help build him up over these several months.
You know, I don't know. I mean, he looked like he could play to me, you know, when I first watched him, and you know, he's a big guy that's can move his feet, really athletic, and he plays hard. And you know, so if you got a guy like that, you know, it's on you to coach him, you know. So that's what I looked at immediately. I thought I got to get this guy where he needs to be, you know.
How does the role of the center differ in your offense as opposed to some of your offenses?
You know, it's like the center of the web, or however you want to call it. You know, it's that he's invaluable. I mean, he's the catalyst, and he gets everybody lined up, gets everybody set, and you know, they're so used to doing it on the field. That's kind of the way it is off the field too, you know. And so you got to have a great guy there. And we've been blessed with Baselli and Bavion Johnson, you know, been really, really good. And both those guys have pushed each other, both of them gotten better in camp. So I'm excited to see what both those guys can do this fall.
They'll both see playing time, you think?
Like I said, you know, you got to play more than 5 guys in a tempo offense, you know. So if you're a big guy and you're running 90 plays a game and you're not tired, then you're not playing hard enough, you know. So I see us, they're both very trustworthy. I see us, you know, playing multiple guys across the board.
What's Baselli been like? Just talking to him for a few minutes, seems like he's really positive. Some of the other guys said he's sort of a source of energy for that group.
Yeah, he's extremely smart. He understands football, understands what you're trying to do. You know, he thinks like a coach, you know, like-minded in approaching things. Just like everybody else, he's got things that he needs to work on, you know, but he's conscious of those things and he tries to get better at them every day.
Your coaching style seems positive overall. I'm sure there are days where you got to get down
Right.
with guys, but how do you kind of build back emotionally, mentally, as well as physically?
You know, it's all about treating people how you want to be treated, you know, and you know, we always talked about, you know, if we want to be treated like adults, we're going to act like adults, you know. So until they prove that they can't do that, that's the way I'm going to treat everybody, you know, not just my guys. So, you know, I don't believe you got to talk ugly to play tough. I mean, I really don't. You can build a guy up, and I think he'll do more for you than if you just constantly beat him down. And that's just the way, you know, honestly, that's the way Kendall's dad, Art, first thing he taught me about, you know, coaching high school kids was that. And so it's something I've carried with me throughout my career.
Coach, I was looking at your resume. A lot of time at Baylor. Last year you were at Houston. The year before, Southeastern. Tell me about that experience and what did you learn being at an NAIA school?
Honestly, it made me a better coach. You had to do more. You know, we had guys around that were good coaches, but you didn't have that many. So you know, you had to do things, you know, for yourself, and you know, I don't know. It just it was kind of a back to the basics for me type year. You know, very thankful for Coach Bearfield giving me a chance down there. You know, and we had a lot of fun. I mean, those kids worked their tail off. I wasn't around them, but maybe, I don't know, 8 months or so, but we were really productive down there, and you know, we had some good times.
Is there a certain memory that you take away from that experience?
Well, the most memories I have is with those 17-hour bus rides to Kentucky. Those were they'll live with me for a while. But no, like I said, we had a lot of fun down there.
It's a Christian school. Was it spiritual for you?
Well, you know, I'm a spiritual person. That was not the reason I went or anything like that. You know, and you know, that part didn't factor into it just a whole lot, really, honestly.
Coach, earlier today in his press conference, Coach Taggart was talking about kind of giving, talking about this is young freshman, in my view. You mentioned earlier that the dovetail offense, more offensive line play. Coach Taggart was praising Ira Henry. Do you think he's kind of flying under the radar, maybe have a chance to go on the field this year?
You say Ira?
Ira Henry.
You're talking about Ira? You know, Ira's not as far along as Dante because Dante was here in the spring, you know. But I think Ira's got a great future. I do. He's working really, really hard, and he's learning, you know, something more about the offense every day, you know. And, you know, he's got a lot of potential. We just bring it out of him little by little.
You got the two redshirt freshman tackles in Chaz and Jalen. I mean, Chaz is the guy who went under that physical transformation. I guess, like, you weren't here last year, but do you think they're the kind of guys where they could be ready in a pinch if needed just from that redshirt year?
I hope so. You know, that's the goal, to get those guys ready, you know. And, you know, Chaz and who else did you ask about? Jalen, yeah. You know, both of them have worked really, really hard. You know, Chaz came from defense, so there's been, you know, you're used to going forward on defense, and O-line you have to back up sometimes. So that's something that we've had to adjust to, you know. And then Jalen's super talented. He just, you know, he's needs to keep working and gain weight. You know, he's a tall, slim guy that you can still see his six-pack or whatever. You know, so we're working on getting him more of an O-line body a little bit.
Brady's kind of played tackle almost out of necessity last year.
Yeah.
He's playing guard now. I guess, how important is having those versatile guys who are kind of able to move around as needed?
You know, you're always going to be in a pinch in the O-line. Some years you're lucky, some years you're not, you know. But it's very rare that everybody stays in the same spot, you know, throughout the year, you know. So you just got to be versatile. You know, we make it a point to work our techniques from both sides, you know, so nobody gets either too right-handed or too left-handed, you know. So.
In your career, have you ever been in a situation where there's been so much focus on the offensive line? Usually you guys are flying in the
Well, yeah, most of the time people only notice the line whenever it's, you know, something happens bad or whatever, but everybody seems to be paying attention, so. I don't think I'm going to get by with anything, that's for sure.
You like that situation?
And it's indifferent to me. I mean, I'm going to do what I do, and these guys are going to do what we do, and we're going to have blinders on about the whole thing, you know. We're going to play hard and care about the people that are in that locker room, and we're going to play hard and work hard for each other.
How much getting the unit to play better? How much is it about technique and skill? How much is it about attitude?
You know, it's attitude for sure. You know, but your attitude, it has to be, you know, O-line is about the littlest things that you could do, you know. You know, I always use the analogy, you know, you have to focus on the smallest things to be good in the O-line. And the analogy I use is that, you know, you can sit there and load a gun easily, but can you load the gun when someone's shooting at you? You know what I'm saying? So you have to be able to focus on what you're doing, you know, with things happening around you, with moving parts and noise and all this stuff. And, you know, that's the battle you really face, especially going fast on offense.
How do you maybe try to simulate in-game during practice and try to have the
We just make practice faster, louder, more chaotic than you would have in a game. And then if you do that and create that environment, then the game's easier, you know.
Thank you.
Coach, do you feel like in this offense it is more important to get good double team movement on the defensive linemen rather than moving up to the linebackers?
You know, it depends on the defense you're playing. You know, some defenses won't let you double, you know, because they commit their backers really, really quick. And then some defenses sit back and play over the top, and they'll allow you to get a little movement. You know, anytime we can get movement, it's a bonus, you know. So it just depends on who you're playing and what style of defense they're running, really.
Thank you.
Sorry, Walker, you may have been asked about Baselli a little bit before, but when you have a guy that's taking some time off from football, do you judge him any differently, or do you judge him like any other guy?
I didn't see him before, you know, so I just know the Andrew that's been out there since I've been out there, you know, and he's worked his tail off every day. You know, he knows the offense really, really well, and you know, he's like-minded as far as the way you and he think, you know, so that's been really important.
How far has he come physically since when he came?
Had a huge, just like all the guys, had a huge spring and summer working out. Strength numbers going way up. You know, so he's going to play with a lot more confidence.
As far as offensive line goes, I mean, I'm sure most teams want to have 5 guys, but do you expect any sort of rotation, or do you think competition is going to go on throughout the year?
Well, you know, I was saying earlier, and especially in a tempo offense, if guys are playing hard, you know, and you're running 85, 90 snaps a game, you got to have guys that can sub in, you know, and so we're trying to create 2 deep. I think every O-line coach is trying to do that. You know, we're not quite there yet, but we're getting closer, and you know, we're trusting guys, and you know, I'm anxious to see what they can do for sure.
Coach Browse told us is that in December, when you started to have discussions with Coach Taggart, something that sort of a condition to him coming here was trying to bring you along as well.
Right.
From that time to when you eventually were hired, I guess what was that process like for you?
You know, I mean, it was you know, I've always been a Texas guy, and you know, I've only lived outside the state for 1 year, or not even a whole year. So, you know, it'd have to be a special situation for me to just come all the way out here. And, you know, I view this program as being one of the elite programs in college football. And the main reason I came out here, same reason he came out here, was to build this up and win the national championship.
And I guess, how's that transition been? So, like you said, you know, Texas guys take a lot for you to come out here. What's it been like for you?
It's been great. I mean, the people here in the town have been awesome. The people here on campus have been awesome. We got a great staff to work for. Very thankful for Coach Taggart and the opportunity, you know, and you know, we're just looking forward to August 31st.
Something that the offensive line, several members have told us, is that obviously you're somebody who'll still get on them, but kind of your style of coaching, you're not necessarily somebody that's going to be a screamer or a yiller.
Yeah.
Why has that method of teaching been?
Everybody makes a big deal out of that, but, you know, it's just treating people how you'd want to be treated, that's all. You know, I don't think you got to talk ugly to play tough, you know, and, I was saying that was something that stuck with me since I've been a high school coach. Kendall's dad, Art, he taught me that my first year of real coaching, and that's something that stuck with me, and I think you get a lot more results that way.
And with the offensive line obviously coming in, a lot of people were keeping their eye on and looking for a lot of improvement out of them. Since you've come in, from what you've heard before you came in and since you've gotten here, I guess how have you seen that unit grow?
Our growth's been, full scope, I guess if you want to say. I mean, we've grown physically, and with growing physically, you're in the weight room grinding, you're going through the off season and stuff. That makes your team more tight knit, and those things that can't be overstated. I mean, Coach O and then his staff's done an outstanding job of preparing those guys, and we continue to work, lifting. We try to lift every day, honestly, but I just think that's so important. For guys, because if you're strong, you're confident, and so we're going to be strong. We're going to play strong. We're going to play hard, and and then just over time, running the offense, seeing the offense, seeing yourself run the offense. Those things just help you grow within it, and I think the guys done a great job doing that.
Something a few players have told us is, they've seen the offensive linemen right after practice still go and lift. I guess what's it like to see the guys have that kind of work ethic and drive to get better?
Well, that's what we're going to do. I'm in there. I would rather be there with them than up in the film room. I mean, because that's more important. So we're going to be in there. Like I said, we're going to be physically strong. With physical strength comes confidence, and then with confidence, you'll play tougher. And like I said, I'm excited to see these guys go to work.
Do you literally go in there with them? Do you go
Absolutely.
in the weight room with them?
Absolutely.
Is that something you've always done? Because I don't know if all offensive line.
Yeah, I've done it most of my career. Absolutely. I think it's important because, like I said, that time in the weight room for an O-line group, that's the time where you build. That's where you connect. And I feel like if I'm in there with them, and I ain't necessarily I do some of the things, but I won't do all the stuff they do, obviously. But, if I'm loading the weights, putting it up, spotting them, all that stuff, and that's just because one of the closest guys they'll be to in your program is a strength coach. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it is with everybody. And so, if I can be that way with my guys, it's just going to be a healthier relationship as we go through this.
Is it something, are you vocal in that situation, or is it more just being there for solidarity's sake?
I mean, yeah, you got to be vocal. You're coach, right? And so, yeah. So you never quit coaching, when you're around your guys, and it's relaxed, so it's fun, it's hanging out, that type thing.
What are you throwing up these days?
I lift old man weights. Lightweight, high repetition.
Gotcha.
I guess from you said confidence and obviously strength are big elements of improvement, but just from a technical standpoint, this offensive line, where they've seen the biggest growth since you've been here?
Well, and that ties into strength too, because if a guy's stronger, he doesn't lean, he doesn't, get his hands outside, he trusts that he can stay within the technique and handle the guy that's in front of him, so it's all connected, it's all grassroots, and it starts right in there. There's no way around it. Because if you're stronger than who you're playing against, what's he going to do about it?
Jawan's one of those guys, probably had one of the bigger transformations in terms of strength in the offseason. Who else are those guys who really stood out in the weight room in their growth?
Everybody's numbers have gone up. I mean, everybody has done, they bought in. Like I said, Coach O and his staff's done an outstanding job. And, everybody's numbers, I've really, really been pleased with the progress they've made. Yep.